So it is easy for us to get a message across. You don't want us boycotting, because if we boycott you, we will not let you into our grocery store. Oh yeah, we will not serve you gasoline from the African gas station. We will tell the Indian, listen, you don't want to pick a fight with legal immigrants. Okay? Because when you're picking a fight with legal immigrants, just know the Chinese will be on our side. The Indian will be on our side. You're not going to have anything. Even if the Chinese decide to stay neutral and the Indian choose to stay neutral, only we African, only us, can deal with you to the fullest.
Travel across the land, searching far and wide. Doom, doom, doo, doo. These Africans will understand the power that I hide. Calling ICE, gotta catch 'em all. My dials will follow through. You talk and I'll call ICE to deport your ass. Gotta catch 'em all, gotta catch 'em all. Dial ICE.
If only this reached the consensus of all African and Caribbeans, everybody from Jamaica, Trinidad, Haiti, and Africa, if this meet your consent, since the Black American want to go to war, let's see. All of us that call out one day from work, all of us across the United States, all immigrants call out from work. Yes. If they want to go to war, let's see what they can prove. And also, all immigrants, like your businesses from all Black Americans. Simple as that. Don't let them go into your grocery store. Don't let them go into your restaurant. Don't let them go into your salon. You want to go to war? We will. And also, we can ask all our African doctors, yeah, boycott all Black American treatment. Like I said, you don't want to go to war with African. Trust me. We are 54 freaking country. The population of African in the United States is more than your Black American population. Just so you know. That's the reason why 64% of the Democratic vote is immigrant. And out of that 64, 54 is Black. So Black America, you don't want to go to war with us. At this point, I don't care if you're a Democrat or if you're a Republican. Because the stupid Black Republicans that are being controlled by the white tea brought this up. And it seems to be that some of you on the Democratic Party side are also getting along. So you want to pick that fight? We can do so. Yeah, we can ask our 54% vote to boycott the coming elections. Oh yes, I can guarantee you, when we boycott it, you will have no seat. Don't play with us. We are calm. We don't intend to insult nobody. We don't look down on anybody. You went through pain. We went through pain. Yes, you went through slavery. We went through slavery in our own house. But we decided in Africa that we're going to put the past behind. We're going to fight for a better Africa. You want to tell us you're the only people that ever went through slavery? No, the Caribbean, Haiti is still going through slavery. Jamaica went through slavery. Trinidad went through slavery. I can name you multiple other African nations that went through slavery. But we don't come out here dragging to ourselves, oh, we suffer history, somebody got to pity party us. No. We work our ass out because we don't want the white tea man to tell us what to do. That's why we work. That's why we don't want to live on the system. So if you're jealous and you're angry about that, go do the job that we do. Go to school. That's all you need to do. I saw your video where you calling for them to boycott African restaurant and boycott African salon. Listen, plus you, minus you, African businesses still gonna go. Like I told you. Like I told you in my previous video. Plus you, Black America, minus you, Black America, African businesses are still going to go. You're not the only people in America. In fact, we got more white people eating African food and doing braiding more than you African. Even African among ourselves, we do more braiding, just so you know. So braiding is not just thing, it's African thing. So that tells you that we African braid. And we got over 4 million of us here. More than 4 million of us here. So that tells you, plus you, minus you, our business will still go on. But if we boycott you, you in shit. Yeah, you would be in shit. Because guess what? When we boycott you from going to our restaurant, you got to learn to cook, or you got to go eat Madonna shit they got to give you. If we boycott you coming to our saloons, we will still make money because African will support each other. But you don't support each other. That's the first thing. When we ask all the caregivers, all the doctors, all the nurses, if we decide to text each other across the United States and choose that we want to make a phone call and say we calling out, boy, you sister, you got no idea what's going to happen. So, you Black American, you picking a fight that you can win. Because I can tell you, in this fight, oh yeah, the Puerto Rican gonna join us. Oh, in this fight, the Mexican gonna join us. So you on your own. You are on your own. And in fact, most of the people that do braiding are Mexican and Puerto Rican. Not Black American. Like I said, you on your own. That is the reason why you're Black American. You don't get along with Puerto Rican. You don't get along with Mexican. You don't get along with Chinese. You don't get along with Indian. And you also don't get along with the whitey. Because you have an attitude problem. You think everybody owe you something. Nobody owe you. You went through your own slavery here. We went through our own slavery. And we are still going through the slavery even up to today. Because when we have a leader who tried to stand up for us, he got analyzed by your leaders, your superpower leaders. Yes. And in return, they say, oh, come to America. Oh, come here, we'll give you refugee status. If they were allowing our leaders to do for us, we would not be coming over here. So Black America, like I said again, you are on the right path. Because you see, I can get along with the Puerto Rican. Oh, yes, I can get along with the Mexican. But you already have a fight with a Puerto Rican. You already have a fight with a Mexican. Now you want to add us to this? We are your last bus stop. We are your last bus stop. And this message is for those of you Black American that are attacking African. And this message is not referring to you. If you are a Black American who is not involved into this fight, this is not for you. This is not for you at all. This message is precisely for those FBA on TikTok calling for them to boycott African salon. Listen, we can boycott you whatever way we want. We can choose the day. One thing we know, you don't communicate. And one thing you don't know, we African, we communicate. Regardless of where we come from. The entire 54 countries in the United States, all the citizens communicate. When Gambia is celebrating her independence, Liberia, Nigerian, everybody will go there, we interact. So it is easy for us to get a message across. You don't want us boycotting, because if we boycott you, we will not let you into our grocery store. Oh yeah, we will not serve you gasoline from an African gas station. We will tell the Indian, listen, you don't want to pick a fight with legal immigrants. Okay? Because when you're picking a fight with legal immigrants, just know the Chinese will be on our side. The Indian will be on our side. You're not going to have anything. Even if the Chinese decide to stay neutral and the Indian choose to stay neutral, only we African, only us can deal with you to the fullest. We're not going to do no pew-pew. No, we're not going to fight. Because where we come from in Africa, we know that doing things the harsh way doesn't pay no result. We can react quietly. When you come to our salon, we say no hair. Yes, when you go to the doctor, he will tell you, oh, I already finished seeing my customers. The nurses and stuff you come across, all of them are African. Yes, Jamaican and African too. Yeah, Trinidadians are African. Haitis are African. So you calling us, you want to pick a fight, you're not ready for this war. I'm telling you. Don't keep on doing it. Talking about reparation. Do you know how long Africa have been fighting for her reparation? You think we care for what happened to you here? About your reparation with the U.S.? No. What we're fighting for with the UN is different from what you're fighting for in the U.S. It's not the same. And so we don't care about your reparation.
Hello, Black Americans. I have to show you something very disturbing.
Since the Black American want to go to war, let's see.
This is in response to the fact that Black Americans have decided we are using our right to protest and we are going to boycott African businesses August 1st. We are calling for a boycott, and in response, this woman, not all, but many other Africans are declaring war against Black Americans, American citizens. Remember what I said before. Look at this. You can't defeat the colonizers back in your home country, back on your home continent. But you expect to beat us here on our homeland. No matter where you live, you have to know the law of the land. It doesn't matter if you're in Africa. It doesn't matter if you're here in America. But what you also got to understand is the digital footprint. And due to this one photo, I was able to find all of your social medias. I was also able to find out where you work. And I wonder if they will accept you saying this.
And also we can ask all our African doctors, boycott all Black American treatment.
So you already declared war on Black Americans, but you're also telling African doctors not to give medical treatment to any Black Americans whatsoever. And not only that, you are telling Liberians that are here in America to stop funding America and start sending those resources back to Africa. Back to your job, because this is very important and it's actually very disturbing. You work for the Department of Human Services, specifically the Division of Developmental Disabilities. What would the state of New Jersey think if they heard that you told African doctors not to give Black Americans medical treatment? Because if you are speaking that rhetoric, I have to believe you're already practicing it. And I fear for the people you work with on a daily. And both New Jersey and your job site need to be contacted now. Oh yeah, and for everyone that does report her, here's her different variation of names.
So I would just like to point out how dangerous the rhetoric from this woman specifically is. And I wanted to point out to everybody here who always has a disagreement with me. She herself, who is a Nigerian American, stated that, hey, if I, as an African woman, as a legal immigrant, as somebody from the continent of which my origin is from, not America, but from over in Africa, the motherland, if I make a call, it will go through the lines to everybody who is Caribbean, everybody who is Haitian, those who are in Brazil. It will also go to the Chinese. If we make a call as Africans and say that we're not messing with Black Americans, it will literally draw a line where Black Americans will have to fend for themselves and they can no longer depend on any of us. Huh? What are we talking about? So y'all want me to believe that out of the longest standing group here in the United States, that Black Americans are so defenseless that black Americans are so dependent or codependent on all of you guys that we just can't survive as if we didn't build our own towns and cities. Literally, we had towns and cities and other sanctuaries here in the United States that were all pretty much eradicated. They were burnt down. It was turned into ash. We've had lands such as Seneca Village, which is AKA known as Central Park. We have a lot of areas around the United States. And you mean to tell me that we were just solely dependent on all of y'all? That because of you guys, we're able to freely exist? Have you lost your immigrant African mind? Do you not realize that black people here are basically the originators of boycott? And just to be real, that had a significant shockwave across the whole of the United States. Do you not understand the people historically of which you are currently talking to and dealing with at this moment in time? You're really trying to sit up here and posture on the internet while using American internet, while using a phone that was here, right company, all the other type of, you're really trying to do something where you're trying to speak to us as kids, as children, as if you're trying to son us. You've lost your mind. You've lost your mind 100%. You've 1000% lost your mind. What you need to sit up there and do is go over there to your countries and boycott a lot of the things that's taking place. How about this? You're a Nigerian woman, right? How about you go over there and boycott the fact that I can watch and see video footage of all of you guys defecating in the streets? How about that one? How about boycotting the diseases which come from the defecation openly that y'all do? Even though we're living in 2025, people are still walking through the streets. Oh, I got to go to the bathroom. Let me use it right here. How are you washing your hands? As a matter of fact, if you're on the side of the road or a freeway, how are you washing your hands? Where the next place that you can go to might be, a few miles or whatnot. How are you washing your hands? And then on top of that, you're touching everything around you. That sounds, that looks pretty dirty directly to me. How about you boycott the mutilation that takes place with the young women and girls in those African countries? How about you boycott the disappearing, because I have to, change up words because of YouTube, the disappearance of Christians over there in Africa? How about you boycott the fact of getting rid of or disappearing the albinos over there because of witchcraft or whatever it is that y'all believe, and all this other type of, there's so many things over there that y'all need to boycott. It's ridiculous. How about also boycotting the fact that y'all want to, in areas around Africa, y'all use certain medications in order to make narcotics, which further grasps your people into addictions of which you don't need at this moment in time? How about you do that? Because one of the ones I covered years ago was called crocodile. And if you look up crocodile, look up the specific means and medications that are used in order to make that. And then look at what crocodile then does to the user, of which, where it is that they place it in their body and how that part of the body turns out, which is why it is called crocodile. Like I said, it's crazy word. It's diabolical. How about y'all sit up there and boycott all of the corruption all up and down throughout Africa, the motherland at this moment in time? How about that one? How about that? Like I said, there's a variety of things that y'all need to sit up there and boycott. You specifically trying to be so fixated and talk about black Americans while you are in America because we made it so comfortable for you to even be here. First of all, if you are Nigerian, as I told people in a previous video before, look up the Naira. And again, I could be incorrect about, the terminology for the money, but look up the Nigerian dollar. And then look at, matter of fact, I'm not even going to say look at it. I'm going to put it on screen. So because people don't want to talk money, people don't want to be honest about, especially these Nigerians, why they over here. This is what this looks like, right? For any average American, right? For a lot of us, we can sit up there and pull 60K. That's not that difficult. That's not that difficult. And especially if you band together with your family, again, it's not that difficult. If you got 60K right now, you are close to having $100 million in their monies. Let me repeat that again. For any average American that have ever seen 60 grand, if you were to take that same 60 grand and go over to Nigeria, you would be wealthy. You could literally be throwing cash in the streets. That's literally what you could be doing at this moment in time. because that's how much weight the American dollar has. This is why a lot of these Nigerians are talking so big and bold, because the main thing that they're trying to do is hurry up and get this money so they can sit up there and stunt on people back home. That's all it is. That's all it is. This is why all of them, they like talking about going back home. That's because they can live and do things that they were never able to do growing up there. Their parents weren't able to give them this. They now found a cheat code in order to be big and bad directly back home. They can be different. They can sit up there and live in these great, lavish, posh, whatnot, or whatever. They can now live, quote unquote, in Mount Olympus and look down on the other people of which they were normally around, that they grew up around, that they went to school with, and all this other type of stuff. This is what it's really about. And because now they have this type of bravado, they want to, wear this type of ego on their chest and this pride and stuff. Now, how it is that they deem and see and treat their own people, they're trying to look at Black Americans the same way. What? Excuse me? And then you got the nerve to sit up there and talk about some medical malpractice type of thing, where you're like, oh, we're not going to sit up there and help you Black Americans. Excuse me, ma'am, you're in the medical field. What are you talking about? You're not going to help somebody because they're Black American. Oh, that sounds very familiar. I want every Black American to remember, when was the last time that you heard people in the United States saying that they weren't going to help out Black Americans, or better yet, Black people, because of their skin color? Sounds real familiar. Sounds real segregationalist. Sounds real racist. But yet these are the same people that are supposed to be like us, but they're not like us. Shout out to Kendrick. So like I said, it's crazy to me. It's diabolical how a lot of these people want to sit up there and get online and speak. And like I told y'all before, once they get a little bit of an in, they get their little medical, they get their doctorate, PhD, whatever it is that they got. Now they want to start waving their flag. Now they want to start, talking with this great bravado. They want to start poking their chest out. They want to start sticking their noses up at every single Black American, trying to say or act as though that we are less than them. That's some crazy work. That is diabolical in nature. And like I said, man, y'all do this to yourselves. To the Africans out there, y'all, for whatever reason, y'all don't want to have control over your people and their mouths and how it is that they speak. Like I said, this is not your home. Ma'am, you don't run nothing here. You talking about African gas stations. Word? How many African gas stations are actually across the United States? Matter of fact, they lumped everybody in, so this is what we're going to do and look at this data here. They said there are very few Black-owned gas stations in the United States. Reports indicate that there are around 29 Black-owned gas stations across the country. This is a small fraction compared to the total number of gas stations, which is over 150,000. According to the American Petroleum Institute, the lower number of Black-owned gas stations highlights the need for greater support of Black entrepreneurs in the petroleum industry. According to the 2022 article in the Urban Milwaukee, in Milwaukee, one gas station owned by Sania and Marvin Nash is reportedly the only owned Black and brown owned gas station in the city, according to the reports from Carved in Stone. This station was previously owned by Diane Stowers, who wanted to ensure it remained Black owned before selling it, according to Urban Milwaukee. So next, you want it to be stupid, so we can look up anything else that people can clearly look up at this moment in time. Just search Google. It said that in the United States, Black African-American physicians make up a small percentage of the total physician workforce, representing 5.2%, while they represent a larger portion of nurses. Overall, Black individuals are underrepresented in the medical fields relative to the percentage of the general population. In sub-Saharan Africa, there's a significant shortage of healthcare workers, including doctors and nurses, in many countries facing challenges in meeting WHO recommendations. In the United States, physicians, Black or African American doctors, make up only 5% of the total physician population, despite being roughly 40% of the overall population. Nurses, Black or African American individuals, are better represented in nursing, with the representation among registered nurses reaching 14.5% in 2022, despite making up 13.6% of the overall population. Overall, there is a notable disparity in representation, with Black individuals being underrepresented in the medical field relative to their proportionate size. So now we're looking at more information where you got some figures directly up there. And what does it say? What percentage of doctors are African? Racial, ethnic, and gender composition of United States physicians. 18% of physicians are Asian and 8.9% are Hispanic or Latino. 4.7% of active physicians are Black or African American. Approximately 36% of physicians in the United States are Female. Next underneath that, they said, what race dominates the medical field? Actually, the composition of the United States physician indicates that 56.3% identify as white, 18% as Asian, 8.9% are Hispanic or Latino, and 4.7% as Black or African American. So all I'm saying is, even with an education, we can obviously see that somebody can be as dumb as a box of rocks. Shout out to the Africans out there that want to come in this type of way towards Black Americans, and you guys want to really think that y'all out here running something. Please don't do this. We were doing this longer than you. We were doing this before you, and we're going to continue doing this after you. The only reason that you're talking about a boycott or reparations or anything in that exact same vein is because of us. As which was stated before, y'all don't really care or worry about anything else because it doesn't pertain to you at all. If nobody's bringing it to your awareness, it is out of your mind. You're just worried about, keeping your nose down, saying, yes, massa. Okay, massa. Is we sick, massa? What we eating today, massa? What we doing today, massa? Yes, white man. No, that's what y'all do. Y'all said this a variety of times. I just gave y'all a video previously from yesterday where an African woman was literally saying that. She was saying, we stay focused. We see racism, we stay focused. We see the policeman, we stay focused. We see the white man and we're down on our luck on rent. We beg the white man for more time to figure out how we're going to get the money, and we stay focused. Right? That's what she wanted to do. Like I said, it's crazy work. She got all of this medical, education and information, and this woman is talking so stupidly, so dumb directly on the internet. It's crazy work, 100%. And y'all want to say that Black Americans are the one out here being disrespectful? What? America enables and allows you to be able to do this. Just to let you know, because just to be clear, any type of gripes that you guys have, you would not be brave enough to do this in your own country, because the police force, your own people in your own country, your own governments would have been got rid of you one way or another. So this is why, again, why y'all run and flee and come directly to the United States and think that it is okay for you to do the things that you are doing at this moment in time, because you are fearful of doing it back home. You're not this brave to sit up there and run your mouth and talk back home. You know it, because they will find you real quick. Somebody in your village, in your town, will report you, and those police will show directly up there with them AKs, and it's over for you. It's over for you and your family. Like I said, it'd be like that though. But out of all the boycotting, you ain't trying to boycott none of that stuff happening back home, though. But you're real comfortable trying to be some type of advocate or some type of warrior online when you're in America, aka the land of the free, of which Black Americans built it so well that now your African self can come over here and be comfortable, even though you're a parasite. But anyways, let me know what you guys think about this video and everything that I stated in the comment description below. And as always, peace, love, and stay tuned for the next video.